Hello everyone, and welcome to another OddsChecker.com/US preview of a primetime NFL game. My name is Mattek from SportsGrid.com, and we are here to break down the conference championship games. The first game we're tackling is, of course, going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Green Bay Packers. If you go to OddsChecker.com/US, you'll find the best available lines for this game. The Buccaneers are on the road in Lambeau. The line has moved a little bit. It opened at 4, maybe 4.5, depending on the book you use, but it's now settled at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 3.5. The Green Bay Packers minus 3.5-point home favorites. The Buccaneers are plus 160 on the money line. The Packers are minus 175, and the total for this game is 51.5. So we have a battle of Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers, two of the guys who have played the best in the NFL over the course of their careers there. You know, Aaron Rodgers for a long time was #1 in NFL history in terms of adjusted yards per attempt. Not true after his last 3 years. Brady, most rings of any quarterback in the NFL. The Buccaneers, though, do to me, on paper, look like the superior team. They are #3 in the NFL in offensive DVOA, #5 in the NFL in defensive DVOA. The Green Bay Packers are #1 in offensive DVOA, but #17 in defensive DVOA. The Buccaneers are actually 6% better in total team DVOA than the Green Bay Packers. But obviously, you know, in the playoffs, I think that we can harp on those numbers a little bit less and think more about guys who can really impact the game. Going back in our time machine, we can go all the way back to week 6 and see that the Buccaneers beat the Green Bay Packers 38-10, and you know, it really was kind of one of those surprising games. Aaron Rodgers was only 16 of 35, only threw for 160 yards, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks. You know, it was particularly brutal. Aaron Jones had 10 carries and was only able to muster up 15 yards rushing. Davante Adams only 61 yards receiving. Ronald Jones absolutely ran rampant in that game. 23 carries, 113 yards, 2 touchdowns. That was one of the first big Rob Gronkowski resurgent games after the break. So this is probably a little bit of a spoiler, but I am going to take the Buccaneers for a couple reasons. The first, I actually think that, you know, punch for punch, the Buccaneers offense is a little bit better than the Green Bay Packers offense. Now, Rodgers is better than Brady. Davante Adams is better than any of the Buccaneers wide receivers, but all of the parts of a whole, Godwin, Evans, Gronk, Brate, Antonio Brown, you know, I think all of those guys combined are better pass catchers than what is on the Packers roster. And Brady, honestly, instead of being like the second or third best quarterback, which is what Rodgers is, you know, I would say Rodgers probably the third, maybe the second, but, you know, Mahomes is clearly #1. But Brady's more like, you know, 8 or 9 in terms of a guy you take to win one game. But he is so elevated by what is going on around him. The offensive line is good. All of his pass catchers are, you know, elite, you know, like literal Hall of Fame level talents in terms of Mike Evans, Rob Gronkowski, and what we think Chris Godwin can be over the long run. So, yeah, we are on the Buccaneers plus 3.5 points here, plus 160 on the money line. Also taking the over as well. I think we'll get in a spot where it's going to be hard for the Packers to run, which they like to do when they have the lead. And, you know, if Aaron Rodgers throws a perfect game and I lose this bet, then I lose this bet. You know, where they're not all, you know, they're not all going to be winners, but we are going to take the 3.5 points here. So everyone head over to OddsChecker.com/US for all of your updated odds on this and every other game.